Hi guys, welcome back. I know it's been a long time and I was taking this time because I was doing a bit of research and I was working on a project secretly which I really want to share with you, and I'm really happy it worked out. So welcome back. I know my last video was few weeks back and I have taken a break, but the break was for this reason. Yes, I'm going to reveal something which I have been working on. So as you see that I'm wearing an Unacademy t-shirt, yes, I am a part of Unacademy now. So a lot of you were actually wanting to do some live classes with me, take one-on-one coaching or understand how to crack IELTS, and I was just not having time. So I am now tied up with Unacademy where I take live classes. Yes, I take live classes. An amazing platform. It's India's largest online platform for cracking any entrance exam, and specifically if you are planning for IELTS, then that's the place for you. You will find me there. My course schedule would be published. All you have to do is click onto the link which is in the description below, or go to an Academy platform and type my referral code, which is Manjita Osta, and you would get straight 10% discount. Well, the course fees are quite economical. I have done my research to figure out how much they charge. That's pretty economical compared to how much you'd be paying for a coaching institute. Plus you get me there. Yes, I will be teaching you live. You'll ask me all your doubts, all your questions, and there's a structured, systematic approach. Well, let's move on to today's section, and today we're talking about the much dreaded pointers, which is what mistakes people usually do while appearing for IELTS exam. Be sure that you are not one of them, okay? So please prepare yourself much in advance and ensure that these pointers which I'll be covering right now are not the mistakes which you do, because you're my rock star, you're my champion. So let's cover up the first mistake. Let's see what's the first mistake which people do. I'll be covering 10 mistakes for you. Here comes the first one. The length of the answer. Please ensure that the length of the answer is what it's required. It should not be too short, like a one word. Where are you from? I'm from Mumbai. That's it. Dead silence. Okay, so there should not be one word answer. At the same time, avoid lengthy answers, like too long. You're taking a lot of time and not touching the main topic, right? Especially in your cue card section where you're supposed to answer 3 or 4 bullets in 2 minutes. Ensure that by the time you finish your 2 minutes, you're almost on the 4th bullet or 4th question which you're supposed to answer. Please don't beat about the bush. Please do not keep on talking on the first point itself and your 2 minutes are over, right? So be mindful of the time. Your answers should not be too short or really long, okay? So be careful on that. The second mistake is freezing. Yes, that's called freezing. You don't know how to answer a particular question. You are not aware of the situation which the examiner has asked you. You are blank. You're like, oh my God, I don't know what to answer. Please don't freeze. As I've told you in one of my videos, that how to answer a question when you don't know about it, right? So please see that video. I will link it below. Have a look at it, or it's above in my card section. Have a look at it and please go through that video. I have spoken how to tackle these questions which you don't have an answer for, right? Do not freeze. There is an answer to every question, okay? The point is that you should know the mantra and trick to answer it. Well, I have covered that. Let's move on to the third mistake. Not having an opinion. Yes, IELTS is all about understanding your opinion, your English language knowledge, how you can think logically, how you can express your points and opinions in IELTS, in English, right? So please have your opinion. Not having an opinion is a very, very bad projection of your knowledge, yes, especially in the second or third part of IELTS speaking, or even in IELTS writing, where you're supposed to state your opinion, where you're supposed to give your pointers, where they ask you that, what do you think? In your opinion, what is right, what is not right? You know, when they're asking for your opinion, have an opinion. Well, let's say the examiner has an opinion, you are not supposed to say, I agree, and then stop. I agree with you, and then stop. No, it's good to agree with the examiner, but what are your points for agreeing? Or it's good to disagree with the examiner, but what are your points for disagreeing? So have an opinion. Okay? Always remember that. Let's move on to the next mistake. Inserting lots of big fat words. Yes, I know I've been teaching you vocabulary and you have been learning English vocabulary from various sources, dictionary, other videos, my video, and across all the resources available. It's great to learn English vocabulary, but in your IELTS speaking section, it is not a time for you to say everything you know. It should be relevant. There's no point just speaking big words and it has no relevance, right? So please, it's good to use 2 or 3 relevant, good vocabulary or good English words at right time, in right way. But please do not go and show off your knowledge there, okay? If anything is not relevant, it should not be there, okay? Now, before we move on to the next big mistake which people ideally do, as I told you about Unacademy, and I know a lot of you guys are really interested in my live classes and want to be coached by me, and that is the reason I'm stressing upon this, that let me show you how easy the app is to navigate.
So this is the Unacademy app. This is how the app looks like. The moment you open it, it will show you a lot of courses to choose from. And of course, you will choose Plus. Plus is the live sessions which we do. You go down and select the course which you want to study. Let's say IELTS, and in IELTS you will go and get subscriptions. There are different months of subscriptions which you can choose from. 6 and 12 months are highly recommended, but you can choose anything which suits your need. And here now we see that we will enter the referral code, that is Manjita Osta. Yes, if you type this code, you get straight 10% off the total price which you have to pay. So do not forget the referral code. It's Manjita Osta, my first and last name. And the moment you type that and hit OK, it will give you the discount and you can go and make the payment.
So it was so simple. Well, let's move on to the next mistake. Be careful of the grammar. Whatever you speak, however you speak, it all boils down to the fact that are you using the correct grammar or not? Is your sentence which you're forming grammatically correct or not? Please, nothing, yes, nothing can replace good grammar. You've been marked on the grammar which you use, right? So please ensure that no matter you make short sentences or long sentences, simple sentences or complex sentences, your grammar should always be correct. I cannot stress upon this point anymore, that how important grammar is. So please do not compromise on that. Whenever you try to learn English or whenever you try to form sentences, ensure that it's grammatically correct. Okay? Let's move on to the next mistake. Now, this mistake I have seen a lot of students who make quite often. They are very, very conscious about their accent. I know we all have our native accent which we use, our mother tongue, our native accents which we have. Well, and we all want to copy a British or an American accent. It's good to have a neutral accent, an accent which the examiner is able to understand. The examiner knows that you're not from US or UK, so of course you will not have that accent. But what the examiner is trying to understand is, can you speak in a manner which can be understood, right? So if you have a heavy native influence accent, try to pronounce the words, focus on the correct pronunciation. Okay, so try to pronounce the word correctly. Just focus on that. Focus on a neutral accent. Okay, do not try to copy. Just ensure that whatever you are speaking, it should be understood clearly, right? So focus on that. That will get you more marks rather than trying to copy a fake accent. Okay, all right, let's move on to the next mistake. Now this one is quite natural, but I have put this point that too much of this will be bad. It's okay to be nervous, right? Especially if you are taking IELTS for the first time and if you are not quite friendly in talking to strangers or you don't know what to say, you are nervous. It's fine, it's okay. But being too nervous is not okay, because when you're too nervous, it shows up in your actions. Your hands will start shaking when you talk. You will start choking when you talk. So it's quite evident that you are nervous, you are not confident, you don't know what you're talking about. You will miss upon opportunities of explaining your ideas. You would not have right words, you would not be able to complete your sentences. So one will lead to the other, and then it'll be a domino effect, and then you will spoil everything. So it's okay to be nervous, but being too nervous, not okay. Big mistake. Okay, so let's move on to the next mistake. Now this is very important. Well, this is important not only in school, in college, in life, at work. Well, it's important in the exam as well. Please be on time. The worst you can do is not be on time. It has a cascading effect. So you keep running, you are not prepared, you don't have enough time, you rush into the examination hall, you meet the examiner, or you're not available and the examiner is waiting for you. Not good. Okay, it does not speak, it's not professional, it does not speak good of you. So please do your time management really well. Consider your traffic jams, consider that there will be some or the other unheard of things happening. So ensure that you plan your time really well, that you are at the examination spot at least half an hour, 45 minutes before. You have enough time to prepare, to relax, to breathe, to ease up, which is my next point. Right, so the next mistake which I'm talking about is people not warming up. You have to warm up. You should have enough time to warm up. Just take a deep breath before entering the room, and you will realize the amount of change it will do to you. You'll be much more relaxed, you'll think logically, you'll be able to utilize those 20 minutes which is given to you, 15 to 20 minutes, quite effectively, right? Because it's not going to happen again unless you pay the money again and you take the exam again. It's not going to come back again to you, right? So you will have to utilize this time quite effectively. Warm up. Warm up is really important. And how would you be getting time for that? Is by arriving early at the spot. So these two are interconnected, right? So do your time management really well so that you get enough time to warm up, so that you can think logically and you can crack IELTS exam speaking section. Well, let's move on to the next mistake. Well, this one is depending too much on the examiner. The examiner is there to examine you. So you have to speak, examiner has to mark you. Do not depend on the examiner for cues, for pointers, for ideas, for the suggestions or for suggestions, right? It's your job to answer. It's your job to come up with those things. Okay, so do not depend on the examiner. Don't look at the examiner anticipation. Oh, please tell me what should I speak. No, you have to be prepared. You have to come up with it. So no depending on the examiner. Okay. Well, these are the mistakes which are easily avoidable. Okay, all you have to do is know about them, and I have told you about them. So you know that you have to start practicing, and do not forget that you are my rock star and you will be a champion soon. All the very best, and I'll see you around in the live classes. If you want to be taught live by me, please ensure that you are a part of Unacademy. Use the referral code Manjita Osta, which is here, and you get straight 10% discount because you're my darling subscribers. Yes, do not miss this opportunity. I'll see you around at the class. Like, subscribe, comment, and share this video, and let me know what other topics you want me to touch upon and make a video on. I'll see you in the next class. Till then, bye-bye. Take care.